Welcome back to Louisiana Football TV Magazine. Sorry for about the Coach Becknell. We're going to get him on tonight. We're just having some trouble with the hearing coach on the phone lines, but Coach Bob Becknell will be on hopefully soon from Bell Chase. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and go to Gil Guillory with MMA and Sean Jordan, who's one of his prized fighters. Gil, I don't know. I'm going to let you. I mean, you.
He's not mine yet.
He's not yours. And I know you're the marketing genius behind the event coming up. But before we get into everything, tell them about the event that's coming up.
All right. Well, the event is called Louisiana versus Florida. We're taking some of the Louisiana athletes, Florida athletes. We're competing them against each other, mixed martial arts, the night before LSU Florida. So October 9th, Baton Rouge River Center is what the show is going to be. Sean is our main event. He'll be fighting. Well, we got a couple of different guys on the card. We're thinking about bringing in Wayne Cole for him, who's a well-known fighter, about 28 fights. So Sean can smash him up a little bit, show him what Louisiana is all about, Louisiana football is all about. But it's going to be a great show. It's at the Baton Rouge River Center, October 9th, 7:30 p.m. And they can get their tickets at Ticketmaster or at the Baton Rouge River Center box office.
And we got you on the website, too.
Got me on the website. I saw
magazine.
that. My wife text messaged me and said, we're on every page you've got. So I'm happy about that.
And I want to mention, Sean, I mean, you're working at Fit now. You're training guys. You're training adults, college kids, high school kids. During the day, you're training people. At night, you're training for fights.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it works out well. Fit is it's a great community. It's a great place to come and learn and work and train. And I have a lot of guys around me to help me in my training, as well as me to when I aid others in theirs. So.
Yeah, Jared Duffel does a great job, and I mean, when I go in there, you're always intense working with someone at least 8 years old, all the way to 50, 60 years old.
Oh, yes, sir.
What's it like being able to get in the I'm gonna say the ring? Get in the cage and fight a guy that's from Florida. That you bring back the adrenaline of playing the Florida Gators in the past, or doesn't really matter?
It's not really a personal issue for me when I get into the cage to fight, because if it gets personal, it gets too emotional, and you make mistakes. So I don't need to be upset. I mean, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. That's what we do.
Calm rage.
It's a controlled rage.
Controlled rage. There you go.
Gil, I mean, you watched Sean when he was at LSU, played football.
Yes.
Fullback / running back.
That's
had
right.
his moments, a couple of good games. I was talking to him before the show.
Yeah.
When he got the ball.
The two times he was allowed to touch the football.
He ran real well.
Yeah.
And, I remember that. I remember number 40, right? Going up the middle and knocking people down against Louisiana Tech and Mississippi State. What do you think of Sean and representing? I mean, the event's going to be huge.
The event's going to be big. Sean was a natural selection for me. He and I really didn't know each other that well. I'd seen him fight a couple of times, and when I got the idea to do it, I had to find a way to get in touch with him, and got in touch with him. Then he and I sparred a few times and rode, and when I found out just how big of an athlete this guy is, I mean, tremendous athlete, can stand and do a backflip from a standing position, land on his feet. He and I would grapple, and I mean, I grab him with a hold that I traditionally would just toss a guy with, and before I knew it, I'm up off my feet with my arms and feet flailing in the air, and he lets me down as gentle as a feather. And I mean, just the potential for this guy is just outrageous.
Yeah,
outrageous.
I mean, you're from New Iberia.
That's right.
The show goes to Lafayette Live, so
the Berry.
the Jackets, New Iberia, and then you got Westgate and New Iberia.
I went to New Iberia Senior High School.
New Iberia Senior High.
Niche, man.
You got Westgate, Catholic, and New Iberia. You got three big schools there.
3 good schools.
You played where Corey Raymond played.
That's right.
Mark Roman.
That's right.
Kerry Joseph, all these great guys. So you played football, so you can understand Sean's background here. But you boxed too.
I boxed, kickbox, Muay Thai, 4 MMA fights, and then age caught me. They called me the old man.
The old man. Old man in the cage?
Yeah, age caught me. I'm the only 40-year-old in the gym now. So.
Well, let me ask you, I mean, MMA's taken off. It's popular. What's made it so popular? I mean, boxing used to be it.
Yeah.
And now you got MMA, and I saw you see on TV now.
Well, I think the culture that society is building for us, people have a short attention span, and boxing is a prolonged event. I mean, it's a gradual to that crescendo of quote-unquote violence or whatever you want to call it. MMA would get right to action. There's no waiting around. And most of the fights end in the first round, right, Sean?
That's the plan, hopefully.
That's the
You got
plan.
11 fights, so that's
the
good.
plan. But, and you pit two competitive guys, and anything can happen at a split second. So that's the beauty of MMA, the short attention span that people have. We fill that void immediately.
And in boxing, I mean, you box in this, but you also wrestle. But Sean, you got your all-state background in high school of being all-state wrestler. That helps you. That's an edge.
Yeah, it does help me a lot. I use my grappling kind of as a fallback for me. I kind of just go in there and bang and just kind of let it go and see what happens. But like Gil was saying, it's a lot more exciting to watch than boxing. I guess you see guys dance around and picking each other apart, whereas in MMA they kind of get in there and bang, and then then it's
in boxing, you got the heavyweight and heavyweights. Is it the same? You take on another heavyweight, or is it different weight? Is it the same weight opponent-wise?
Well, it's similar. At heavyweight, though, he's got a big, he's got a 60-pound weight variance. A guy can be 206 all the way up to 265.
Uh-oh.
So he's got to be prepared for a lot more than a guy like me who's at 185. I have a guy, it's at 15 pounds. He's got 55 pounds, 60-pound difference. So you might have a guy at 206 who's really fast, a guy at 265 who's a pondering type. So he's got to be more well-rounded and more well-prepared because he's got so many different varying styles in that big 60-pound weight class.
Sean, how long does it take you to figure out your opponent when you're fighting? I mean, how long does
when
it
you're
take?
fighting?
How long does it take you to figure out?
You figure out stuff really quickly. Because if you don't, you're going to be the one getting beat up on.
You're done. And obviously, some of them are better boxers than they are pinning people, right? I mean,
absolutely. Everybody has their own style. You try to be as balanced as you can, but you always, once you get in a jam or something's not going your way, you always fall back on what your strongest is.
What's your most natural angle when you're doing MMA? What's your most natural?
My most natural is just pick people up and drop them on their face. that's what I do.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
And you weight right now. Tell me what you're fighting at. What are you
Fight weight, usually when I weigh in, I'm usually around 250. I'm a little heavy right now. I haven't started cutting yet.
That's lighter than college ball. You're 270, right?
Yeah, my senior year I played, I was right under 270, right at 270.
And I know you, and I've talked to you before off the air, but I never asked you. But I heard you could bench almost 600 or at least 600 pounds.
Yeah, well, when I was in college, I did 610 at LSU.
That's a truck. That's a truck with people in it. Not many people can do that. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with Gil Guillory from MMA and Sean Jordan, ex-LSU football player, now turned knockout king with MMA. And they got an event coming up. We were trying to promote it because there's a lot of boxing fans in Baton Rouge, a lot of people in MMA fans. We'll be back with more in just a moment.